Hey guys, welcome to Production Music Live. My name is Francois, and in this video we're quickly going to take a look at drum programming for melodic techno, melodic deep, with some of our new Deep Premium Volume 4 samples right here. And I have this track layout already right here, where we have a sidechain here, we have a group of 2 kicks or a few kick elements playing together in this kick group right here. Then we have a drums group where we have other drum elements inside. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. And then below that we have a low bass here from the Arturia Mini. And below that we have an instruments group where we have all our pads and some arps and some triplets and stuff like that. Let's take a look at our drum section right here and try to replicate it in this area. So I'm picking up the kick sample right here. Typical 4 to the floor pattern right here. And we are using a kick sample out of Deep Premium Volume 4, our newly released drum sample pack right here. It's this one. And you can see or hear that we have it a little bit cut off in the high frequencies here. And I also tuned it down one note. I'm playing it with B2 instead of C3 right here in the MIDI. A little bit of saturation and then leaving a bit of room on top here, because right next to it I have this top kick element. This is also playing the kick position, and then you can see we have a delay here and some saturation and a pedal and an EQ. That's what the EQ shape looks like. And we have some reverb on top of it right here with the send reverb, 2.5 seconds decay time. So cutting off some of the low frequencies with this EQ, adding some pedal with the fuzz right here and some treble and a little bit of saturation. And then delay on top to give it this driving feeling with the 3/3 delay right here. It's also one percussive element from our new sample pack. And now we have a tom sound below that, which is actually a kick sample. Let's take a look at the pattern. That's the pattern we are playing, and you see a little bit of overdrive. Also delay on this one right here, just a little bit. You can question if this is really necessary and if we actually want this, because it could interfere with the kick. So not too sure about that one. And then we have some EQ cutting off some low end right here and also a whole lot of the high end. And then we are side chaining to our kick to make sure we're not interfering too much with it. Okay, in order to make it more interesting now, I have a few percussive elements placed on this audio track right here. First of all, this one. So this element, perc 26. Not sending this to our reverb channel here because I want a longer decay time on this one. And then I'm trying to make it sound interesting with a few more elements right here. So if I'm copying these 4 elements and I'm copying them right here, we have... So we are playing around with these 2 elements. It's actually the same sample. And then towards the end, we have some bongo type thing. also with this longer decay time here. So that's how we're creating a little bit of atmosphere already. Okay, fast hi-hats. So we have this percussive element here playing our fast hi-hat position, taking off these elements quickly. And we have this pattern here, 16th pattern, and we have velocities playing around, focusing on the third position always, and a little bit more emphasis on the first position. But no groove applied here. You see, they're all in the position and the groove pool is not activated for this one right here. But we have a little bit of movement because we're playing around with the ran pan. And that's how we are creating this left-right movement effect, which helps adding some interesting touch to the groove of this track. And then cutting off some low end. And then sidechaining it. And this is already like a massive effect for the overall feel of this whole thing. Okay, then we have a typical closed hi-hat effect right here. Nothing crazy. And now also an interesting one right here. This one, the white noise hat. I'm using this one to make like this typical melodic techno type white noise effect right here. Cutoff shape looks like this on a white noise sound from the Arturia Mini right here. So we are only playing the noise oscillator. Everything else is not playing at the moment. Decay as well, automated for the second one. Longer decay on the first one, shorter decay on the second one. And delay behind it. And then we are emphasizing a bit on this lower frequency and on these higher ones here. And then I have this riser effect here, which can also be used. Now you can also achieve these effects with samples, obviously, but sometimes it's nice to quickly do it with a synth. A ride sample right here. What is this doing position-wise? Offbeat position. So C3. But we have some delay going on this one. Here we go. Oh yeah, and we have this this delay actually here. Yeah, that's the one that's actually like this one is almost not playing here. So I'm taking this off. And a little bit of erosion on the sample. It's getting a bit more mid elements with the erosion, making it feel a bit more natural. Reverse cymbal. So that's our second ride sample, reversed, low cut, and a long decay tail here. Putting this always towards the end of the pattern. And now we also have some nice drum loops in D Premium Volume 4. We also have some top loops in here. And so on. And usually in these videos, we're not looking too much at loops, but let's use some loop samples to make this a bit more interesting sound-wise. So let's take a loop at this one. Sidechaining this one to the kick as well. Play it all together. And noise loop, this one here. These are actually from the Atmo loops. We also have some ambience and noise loops right here. Okay, so and then this one here adds a lot of drive on top. This one is the more clearer one. Like giving this offbeat feeling, like super, like almost a bit aggressive. I'm turning this one down quite a lot, minus 16 decibels right here to the right. This one a bit more to the left, a bit louder, but also like the sample seems to be a bit quieter than this one. Well, we are emphasizing on this one, definitely with making it a bit louder even. So this one should stand out whenever we are mixing it in. Let's see. Yeah, and there's our drum loop. And now this one works well with a long bass note right here. So we have... So in my opinion, the main takeaway from this video is play around with top kicks. You can do something like this with your top kicks and put a little bit of delay on top of them to already have a driving element in your track. This already works really well, and then you can also take percussive elements, give them longer decay times, and use them as almost ambience elements right here. Another takeaway, if you have fast hi-hats in your track, you can make them moving, obviously, with the velocities. And also what I kind of like is this ran pan right here, where we're randomizing the panning of that thing, which can also give it like this extra groovy feeling. And then if you have those main elements in position, you can always think of adding some noise loops and mixing them down in there slightly in the background. Always making sure you sidechain them to your kicks or to your main elements where you don't want them to have them stand out. And thereby you can achieve something that sounds actually a bit more filled up. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this little video. Feel free to check the link in the description for D Premium Volume 4, our new drum sample pack right here. Also check the link in the description for a groove course and other start to finish courses for making tracks like this one right here. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like and comment below, and I hope to see you next time.